Live streaming is on. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? We are going to move right along into writing part two. I'm going to hang out for about 2 minutes and let everyone check in. I hope you're out there. I'd love to see you. Let me know if you're here. It is Tuesday, writing part two. We're going to, it's a short lesson, talk about how to use quotation marks effectively. But let's just be still for a couple minutes. Everyone, hope your morning is starting off well. If not, take a few minutes before we start and just, you know, breathe. You can just sit here and breathe if you just need that. I think I needed that. That felt good. Sometimes you have to do this when our days get really hectic and we feel like we don't have time. 5 minutes, slow, deep breathing. That's it. And I can bring you right back down. We're going through some tough things right now, all kinds of traumas, visiting people, illness, violence, not having everything that we need. But we're here as a full service agency. If you have any needs of any kind, please let us know. And if we can't directly help you, we will refer you to an agency who can. We are here to serve you. And so I just wanted to say that again. And don't be afraid to ask questions about what we can provide because we do so many different things in the community. We're kind of everywhere, and we are wanting to focus on making you um, as whole as you can be, having your needs met so that you can concentrate on this goal that you've set for yourself, which is to complete your high school diploma. So we want to do everything we can to help you get there. So I just want to put that in. So I'm going to get right on off to writing part two. And we are going to talk about how and when to use quotation marks in writing. Again, the more devices that you can use successfully, the more powerful your writing will be. So let's take a look at this first quote. Uh, and I don't know if you've heard this before, but this quote used by Asada Shakur, who was a Black nationalist freedom fighter back in the 70s. She is now in Cuba. She was falsely accused of violent crime, and she has been in Cuba now for the past, good grief, 30 years or more. So here's the quote. It says, "It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains." And because this is a direct quotation of words that she uttered, we must give credit where credit is due. When you don't use quotations, you can be accused of plagiarism. That means to steal someone else's ideas. So, and as you write, for those of you who have plans of going on to college, they actually have computer programs to tell if your words are original or not. And it is important to your own integrity. Um, in that when you're being assessed on the writing exam part of the test, it's very clear that they know where you begin and the person you're quoting ends. So that's where we're starting. Let's look also at how to use quotation marks. This is a short little slideshow. So, what do quotation marks do? They add punctuation and dialogue. We use quotation marks to indicate direct speech coming from some other place source when quoting from a text, a novel, a play, a movie, and also to highlight the titles of poems, songs, and short stories. And we definitely will use uh, quotation marks for slang expressions. So anything that is not considered formal speech, um, like eyebrows on fleek. What else? That's on period. And that's slang, which it has its place, but you have to be careful that you're using it in the right time and in the right place. Quotation marks are used to show a person's spoken words, which are direct speech. Hey, Chloe, this is my new puppy, Ralph said. I'm sorry. Hey, Chloe, this is my new puppy, Ralph, said Fiona. So this is what someone else said. Oh, he's so beautiful. When did you get him? Asked Chloe. We picked him up last week, replied Fiona. He is adorable, but he's also very energetic and naughty. Sounds like a puppy, right? So we're showing direct speech between the two, back and forth. Note there are punctuation rules that must be followed when using direct speech. You must punctuate before the quotation marks. And so punctuation is that part of direct speech, such as a question mark or an exclamation mark. It must be included within the quotation marks. Otherwise, a comma or full stop, which is a period, must be used. Begin a new line each time there's a new or change of speaker. Use capital letters at the beginning of the direct speech. If a sentence is interrupted by indirect speech, such as in the following example, the beginning of the second part does not require a capital letter. So here where it says, when it rained this morning, Mum began, the dog ran through the mud and into the house. So you see where you have the break? Okay, let's look at the next slide. Quotation marks are used in essays, etc. when a direct quotation from a text is used to support a point. Here you go. Shylock's greed is obvious when he calls my ducats my daughter. As it appears, he values his daughter less than his money. My ducats first, and then my daughter. Okay. Note that there are punctuation rules that must be followed when using quotations. If only part of the sentence is being quoted, it's not necessary to use punctuation before the quotation, such as a colon or comma. However, if the quotation is a full sentence, introduce it with a colon, and then use single quotation marks when typing and double quotation marks when writing handwork. And if you have a keyboard, a laptop, and you take a look down at your keyboard, you'll see that there are double quotation marks. Okay. And they're single as well. I'm looking here. Nope. Yes, there are. There are. And quotation marks are used to highlight the titles of poems, short stories, and songs. For example, Jennifer Strauss's poem, Migrant Woman on a Melbourne Tram, is a powerful exploration of the migrant experience. And 4, quotation marks are used when we include slang expressions in formal writing. The witness said that the dispute between the two employees took place during morning smoko. I guess that's what we call when we go out to take our little puff at work. The smoko. I don't know if that's American or not. So, so that's all for that part. And now you know what's next. We're going to work on it so that we can submit the lesson. Okay. Uh-oh, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. So we're going to take a look at this worksheet. And I'm going to open this with Google Docs so that I can write on it. And here we go. Directions say, well, add the quotation marks. Below are sentences with direct quotations. So I made this easier, right? Rewrite each sentence, adding the quotation marks before and after the quotation. Philip said, I think we're going to the movies. So how would we rewrite this sentence? you're going to add the quotation marks before and after the quotation. So Philip said, right there. You go. I think we're going to the movies. And oops, I made a mistake. Don't do this. Don't do this. Punctuation goes before the quotations. There we go. My vote goes to Belinda, said George. Okay, it's a direct quote. Said George. Okay. Robert asked, "What time is it?" Direct quote again. He said, he asked. And then the quotes, and then the end quote. So that is the first three. There are only 8. I'm going to ask you to finish this on your own. That's all we have for now. See you at 11:30 for science. And that's it for today. Finish that up. Let me know if you have any problems. Let me know, let me know, let me know. My contact information is in Classroom. In matter of fact, let me close this and show you exactly where it is. If you look up here in Classroom, for every class I teach, right in this block, it has my name, my email, my cell phone, office phone number in every class. Also, show you something else you may have seen. Oh, where did it go? I thought I bumped it back to the top. But every now and then, you'll see information about tutoring. So if you think that you need extra emphasis on these courses, you may email me or call me directly on either number and say, I think I need a little help with the writing. Perhaps you've gotten the results of your exam and writing was a little bit of trouble for you, or any of the other classes, reading, writing, math, someone else may be stronger, but if it's basic math, I'm pretty good. So please ask for help. That's our lesson. We'll see you all at 11:30, hopefully, for science.